What's good, everybody? It's the Baker. So, we're going to be going over two different builds for Revenant that I'm going to be currently using for him, and then there will be a third build to kind of clarify on why I don't like the one and how it works. I was trying to come up with a one build, but after a lot of work, I really wasn't able to get the abilities in a good fashion to where the spread was really enough on it in the way of her overshield or his overshields and everything. I'm not a fan of overshields. I don't think they're worth anything. I don't think shields in general are worth anything because they don't mitigate with armor, unlike your health pool does. So altogether, it really doesn't impress me too much, and especially if you position yourself correctly and everything, your 2 is going to give you all the damage mitigation that you need. Now, the first build that I'm going to be going over is the 4 build. This one I'll primarily be using in things like extermination or in group play. As you can see with this build, it does do a good amount of damage. That was without the mouse button pressed down, and that was at level 135, and that was 8 heavy gunners. Just to give another comparison as well, we'll spawn up 8 corpus tech. I don't like to keep enemies paused, as if they are paused, they are actually taking more damage as they're taking assassination damage, so it's always good to have your mobs not paused so you get an accurate representation of the type of damage that you're actually looking for. Now, something to always remember is against some mobs, like let's say an ancient disruptor, you're probably not going to be doing anything to them as they're immune to status. Or at least a status that's trying to proc, so all you're really getting is base damage on it, and it doesn't do much even with it held down. As you can see, it does chunk them a little bit there, but overall it doesn't work too well. So do keep that in mind. It will not be able to kill everything that you can throw at it, but it can kill most things. So for the 4 build, we give you an idea of how you will be playing in an actual play. We will go do an exterminate here real quick, crack up a relic on solo. Maybe we get something good, but either way, we will show you how you will be wanting to play the 4 build, at least how I play it for the build that I'm running right now. Now, of course, if you're deciding to tweak some of the mods around to tune to your playstyle, definitely feel free to do so. As I hit the wrong button. See, that's the best way to start a tutorial, okay? I don't know if y'all know, but it's always to hit the wrong button. So when you start out, you're going to want to go ahead and get your 2 up immediately. Then after that, you go ahead and activate your 4. And then you just roll through like a hooligan, and you watch the amazement happen. Now, my one biggest gripe about this frame is the fact that the 2 is not recastable. I do really hope for an augment. Now, here we have a disruptor, so we drop down, and then we get rid of the disruptor as such, and go back to killing with this. Because, as I said, with the disruptor, you're not going to be proccing status on them, so you're just going to want to get them out the way as quick as possible. Go ahead and drop that again, recast, go back up. Now over here we got a little nully. Actually, that might get knocked down by nullies. It does slowly get destroyed by nullies? No, it does not. Okay. So, now we both learned something on that, which I actually did not know yet. We got another nully just vibing up there. So as you can see, we did run out of energy, but we are running Zeneric, so we are good on that end. Now the reason why, as you can see down there, when you pop into your, this is a bug that needs to be fixed. When you pop into your operator form and you come back in, the amount of charges on your 2 are not visible until you do take damage. Or not take damage, but do take a hit and use up a charge. So it's very frustrating when you're wanting to use your Zeneric or even just pop out. See, now I have 1 charge left. Now, we'll go ahead and make sure and we'll recast to have a full effect here. Give you an idea. Now, anytime you're in an area where you don't see mobs, always just decast your 4, let your Zeneric do some work. You know, that is 5 energy every second. Now, as you saw, we had a 0 there, now it still says 0. Now, the 0 is actually a stack. For some reason, in the actual calculation for this, you can have a percentage of a charge, which doesn't quite make sense to me, because it still enacts as a whole charge, so I honestly think they should just make the system round up in order to just have less confusion to the situation. Now, as you can see, we're just rolling on through. Now, depending on the mob that you are attacking will depend on the type of status that procs. But now you can see we have a 6 stack. We'll pop into our operator. We'll pop back in. And now, as you can see, you do not see any stacks, unfortunately. So that is an issue that definitely needs to be addressed. Remember, always take out nullifiers and disruptors whenever you see them. Just drop out of your 4 really quick and just take care of them. Now, this may not be as fast as some of your other frames, but it at least shows some some possibilities. If you enjoy the frame a lot, you can feel okay about jumping into a group with it and having some effectiveness. Now, the one thing I could say for a 4 augment I would like to be able to see would be the ability to sprint while I have my 4 up, so that people could build rush builds, such like that, to actually enable, oh look at that, Tiburon blueprint, actually not bad, but so that people could actually build like speed builds and stuff like that and be able to go through. That's an augment that I would like to see for the 4, is the 4 to be able to, while your 4 is up, for you to be able to use your sprint. That is something I would really like to see. Like I said, with the 2, I would like it to be able to be recastable, and that'd be all I want. I don't need it to have to be castable while my 4 is up. I don't think that's necessary whatsoever. Just simply having to decast your 4 isn't too much of an issue. Though I do wish you could stop your 4 by simply going into your operator. That would be nice. So right now we're going to be going over the build that, ignore the whole level thing, but the build that I'm questionable with, which is what I have designed for the 1 in itself. And that is max range, duration. But the issue that we have is that the Enthrall only has a 5.3 meter spread, and it can only affect 4 mobs in total. So here I'll be showing the 1 build that I was talking about, and why I think it's questionable, and maybe some advice on what they could do to make it a more useful talent. Now, in concept it's great, it gives you a mind control, so we spread that out, and everything you see with spikes above gets mind controlled. With every cast, you will have 2 mind controls, so you'll get 4 mind controls in total, which is nice, but in overall full utility, I think it could be better. What I would like to see is an augment mod for it. Augment mods are most of the fixes, as I feel in a 1's territory it makes it a pretty good 1 at the end of the day. You have a mind control for the 1, where you can also kill the enemies that are mind controlled, which is an amazing feature to be able to have. but I do feel like an augment mod to allow you to mind control up to, say, around 8 mobs, maybe 7 mobs, you know, like the same as a Necros, but an augment for it would be really nice to have. Where would I put the augment, you may ask? Well, I would either have 2 choices, and it would take some theory crafting to figure out if I was to make an actual 1 build, which, like I said, it's still very questionable. But it would either be Augur Message or Streamline. So here we're going to be talking about my run that I did during my stream. This was the first run that I did with the 2 build. This was actually unformatted at the time, so the build has been improved since then. But the basis stays the same on how you're going to want to be playing. Now we have ourselves here at about 72 minutes in currently. Now we have our 2 down here, which is only at 2 charges right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and as soon as it hit 1, I'm gonna jump myself up here. Now what I'm waiting for to happen is for them to take that charge. If you don't wait long enough, sometimes the charge won't be up in time. But if you do wait long enough, you'll be able to recast it and then jump right back into the fight and keep yourself going. Every time that the 2 procs on an enemy and takes a charge away, it will stun them for a time based on your duration, and the amount of charges you have on your 2 are based off of your ability strength. So that is why I just primarily build for those 2 stats and a little bit of efficiency just to keep me in the safe spot, essentially. If I need to use any of my other abilities for any particular reason or anything like that, as you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and go for a reset, and back up, cast it off, and jump back down and keep myself going. And that is pretty much how you will be playing this frame. It's very tedious at the end of the day, I will not lie, but you will be rewarded on great levels if you really pay attention and you stay on top of your abilities. It is one of the reasons why I would like to see an augment mod for a recast on it, as just like we have with Rhino, we have an augment mod for it, and it greatly helps the frame, and I feel like this frame would greatly benefit from being able to have a recast on it, as you would have the ability to not have to worry about the fact that you're running out of charges, or say you get hit by a bunch all at one time and you end up losing them too fast. You have a lot more control over the environment you're dealing with, and just overall I think it's a very good way for them to do with it. I enjoy the frame a lot. I'm a little annoyed with the bug of the 2 when you pop into your 1004 not showing the actual amount. That got really annoying. As you can see though, if you mess up, that's what happens to you. So it's not perfect gameplay all the time. You can't have that unless you play perfect all the time. But if you're not playing and you slip up, well, you're gonna go ahead and die. But the frame can get you very, very far in the game. Essentially, as long as you want to go and as long as you can kill, you can keep going with this frame. You can just keep going and keep going. It's an amazing frame. They've done an incredible job on it, in my honest opinion. The 4 is in a great place when you build for it. It works well. Like I said though, I would like to see the ability for us to be able to use our sprint with it. And the 1, I would like the ability to have an augment to allow me to have around 7 instead of 4 mind control mobs, just to bring some more utility into that. It maybe make people want to use it because it is an enjoyable ability to have more cannon fodder. Is a priceless thing at the end of the day. It really, really is priceless. But be sure to let me know what you think about the frame if you've played around with it. Also, let me know what you think of the builds, if there was anything that you would even change in the way of talents and all, not talents, but mods and everything. In the way of arcanes, you may be asking, what do I want to use? Honestly, the arcanes are whatever arcane you choose to use. For this run, I ran Arcane Strike and Guardian, thinking maybe I might need Guardian, but to be completely honest with you, Guardian was a horrible choice. So if I could go back right now and choose something else, I would choose Arcane Fury and Arcane Strike, as I love my Castle of War, as you can see. There will be a build video out for that at some point. I will make a non-Riven video, and once I get my God roll, I'll make a Riven video on it. But as always, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and check me out on Twitch. I am a full-time Twitch streamer. Link will be in the description down below. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy the content. Give the video a thumbs down if you didn't. Also, like I said before, let me know what you think of the Revenant frame, if you've used it at all. Let me know what you think of the builds. Also, let me know what mods you would end up wanting to change out. I'll go ahead and read it down in the comments, and I love hearing other people's input. It gives me an ability to test something, and maybe I can find something better. This has been a really great experience getting to play with this frame, and as you can see, there's another death. That one I couldn't figure that one out. As you all can see, my face is completely not able to figure it out. So what happens here, pretty much we're at 1 charge, 0 charges, we go out of form. So our last charge is taken up, we pop back into operator. Yeah, that was actually, and then we casted our 2 up, it went fully up, we started moving, and then we died. So that was actually a bug we died to. I have no clue what happened there. But I like the features, they're very nice. But I do hope you all take care, stay safe, stay humble, be open, and as always, never stop searching. Peace, everybody.